Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Hi, folks. Welcome back. From the Daily Wire, watch Psaki dodges when asked about John Hopkins lockdown study. And there she is, the mouthpiece/voice of the President of the United States, Peppermint Patty. On Friday, a reporter asked White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki about a recent meta-study from John Hopkins, not exactly what I would call a right-wing institution by any stretch of the imagination, which suggested lockdowns only appear to reduce COVID mortality by 0.2%, not 2%, 0.2%. My understanding is the mortality in total, I'm guessing, I'm just trying to remember from numbers, 1.5%, 1%. So it reduced it 0.2% of 1%, which is negligible. Lockdowns during the first wave of COVID in the spring of 2020 found that only reduced COVID mortality by 0.2% in the U.S. and Europe, and suggested they had little to no public health benefit. Now, I'm going to say, because I'm in parole on YouTube, when it comes to medical decisions for yourself and your family, consult your physician and do what's right for you. But severe consequences for the economy. Now, in all fairness, how many people did that kill? Literally kill. And how many people were literally killed the BLM riots all summer, all year of 2020? Dozens and dozens. It suggests a lockdown shouldn't be a part of the future pandemic response. This is from a non-Fox reporter, from what I know. The reporter said before following up with a question, is that the shared view of the administration looking in the rearview mirror? Psaki responded, first refusing to comment on the specifics of the study, reporting to our health and medical experts. Yeah, Dr. Fauci maybe? Then she stated that the president isn't pushing lockdowns. We haven't been pro-lockdown. That has not been his agenda, Psaki said. Most of the lockdown actually happened under the previous president. That's technically true, but it's misleading, and I call it a lie. President of the United States, Trump, Biden, any president, does not have the legal authority to lock down businesses and residences. Ever. Never. It's up to governors and local municipalities. And only governors and local municipalities can do it with the approval of their legislatures. I used to be a city councilman in the early 2000s, so if the mayor here where I live wanted to lock down without the consent of the city council, which is the legislature, he or she could not do it. But county execs, mayors, and governors did it anyway. Just like Biden knows he cannot push a lockdown as president. He does not have the legal authority. And he also knew that mandatory vaccinations with employers over 100 people, he did not have the authority to do. He put it in there as an executive order through OSHA, another scam that he pulled. And he knew by the time it got to the courts, several months would have passed and millions of people would have done it, because they would have lost their jobs and been put out in the street. And that's the truth. Knowing it wasn't legal, he did it anyway. Is that an impeachable offense? I don't know. I'm not a constitutional lawyer. So saying it was under the previous president, those lockdowns occurred without his consent or authority. Issuing talking points regarding the number of Americans vaccinated and the percent of schools open. The reporter followed up asking, so you guys do believe that the lockdowns were more harmful than helpful? Psaki dodged, pointing again to our scientific experts and claiming that the president doesn't favor lockdown. But the president's agenda, the president's approach has not been lockdowns, has been using tools that we have to prevent that. What a crock of crap. So let's listen to the video here.
On the Johns Hopkins study on the lockdowns. It was this meta-analysis that came out of several studies, lockdown during the first wave of COVID in spring of 2020. It found that it only reduced...
I do have to say one thing. I was checking out the facial expressions of the, I'm not sure what they call their interpreter, signer for deaf people, or for deaf people to, do this as well without, you put closed caption on, but the, what they call that, the hand signs. And the expression on her face is just comical to watch.
Reduced COVID mortality by 0.2% in the U.S. and Europe, and suggested they have little to no public health benefit, but severe consequences for the economy. And it suggests that lockdowns shouldn't be a part of a future pandemic response. Is that the shared view of the administration looking in the rearview mirror?
Well, I would first, of course, point you to our health and medical experts for specifics on this specific scientific study. I would note that the president has been clear we're not pushing lockdowns. We've not been pro-lockdown. That has not been his agenda. Most of the lockdowns actually happened under the previous president.
And also, what Trump did not order any lockdowns, or he didn't behind the scenes encourage governors and mayors of major cities to do so, like Biden did. Biden did when he was running for president, encourage governors and mayors of big cities and county executives to do so without legal authority. Did he do it himself? No, but he had other people do it just to go along to get along with their agenda. So is that technically a lie? No, but this is how these people slither through the truth and come out with lies on the other end without lying. It's amazing to me the verbal gymnastics that they use.
Objective has been is to conveying that we have the tools we need to keep our country open, thanks to the president's leadership and focus on fighting the virus. And that's reflected in the fact that 98% of schools are open. Over 210 million Americans are fully vaccinated.
So keeping our nation open, obviously economics. So what you do is you put illegal executive order through OSHA. I should say, take that back. Technically, it was an executive order. You twist and turn the rules. You take the rules from OSHA, you hold it up to a light, you squeeze lemon juice on it, and you twist and turn it so you can get it the way you want, write the rules the way you want, knowing it's unlawful, but he ordered them to do it. It's still, he's helping our economy by having hundreds of thousands and millions of people lose their jobs, that companies were gutted from having employees, i.e. not getting goods and services done, supply chain problems just aggravating them, backups at the docks in California and other places for goods to come in and go out. No, he's pro-economic for the American people. What a lie.
We have the tools to avoid lockdowns, and we're not moving back, and that's our intention at this point.
So you guys do believe then that the lockdowns were more harmful than helpful?
Again, I would point you to our scientific experts on the specifics of a study, but the president's agenda, the president's approach has not been lockdowns. It has been using the tools we have to prevent that.
Using the tools we have to prevent lockdowns. That's a lie. You don't have the authority to do lockdowns. So using the tools that you have to prevent something that you can't do anyway. You know, Donald Trump wasn't perfect at all. I voted for him twice, enthusiastically, I might add. And I would vote for him again. I'm going to say right up front. This guy is a disaster. Like I said, people might have not liked the choices, but by far, the better choice was Donald Trump. It wasn't even close. And look who we ended up with. And 4 years is a long time. And if you don't think it is, try going to jail for 4 years and see how long it is. Thank God the midterms are coming up. At least we'll put some of the brakes on these people. They're in over their heads. They don't know what they're doing. These are supposed to be all experienced people. Many of them ex-Obama people. And look where we're at. Now he wants to start taking guns away from people, changing election laws on a national level, which is unconstitutional, and on and on and on. Folks, I understood why people vote against Trump, at least the sane ones. But now, stop voting for Democrats. If you vote for a Republican, especially at local elections, like I used to be a councilman, is your best bet. City councils, mayors, county execs, school boards, stop voting for Democrats. If you vote for a Republican, I can promise you, with all my heart and soul, you will not turn into a pillar of salt. And no one will know but you. Do it and see what happens. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.